Hi everybody, the Mature Simmer here. So we're going ahead and trying to move forward here in Construction Simulator. We're going to work on level up builders. So we're back here again. I had a little bit of a problem for some reason. The voice did not record along with the video, so I'm going to do my best here to add something over. So this is the garage that we built at the end of the last episode. I'm going to have to figure out what kind of job I'm going to do going forward. So one of the things I had determined before is it did seem that it charged me for fast travel. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to go ahead and drive to my headquarters here to not spend some money. So one of the things that I had talked about here was the funds within the game that I've kind of started coining a term where I'm just kind of saying monies if it's not specific kind of money. But this does say CR up there, so I figured maybe in Construction Simulator we'll say credits. So we're nearly 175,000 credits here as things go along. Now, our headquarters is not too far away. I think I need to head there to get a job. Alright, so here we come upon level up builders with our headquarters here. So head around to the back. So one of the big pieces of news that came out in the Construction Simulator world is they've announced the new spaceport expansion that's coming in a few weeks. But I've clearly got a lot of this game to just get through. What's that hammer over there? That's the one thing I noticed. Let's run over and check this out. Ah, we found a collectible. I guess I must have found one before. I don't remember that. I'm trying to remember how to find a job. Now, the one thing I realized here as I'm watching this back and recording over, I skipped right over the tab there. There it is, jobs. That was there, and I didn't see it. So this is how we'd go ahead and get a job at this point. So we've got a choice between a park and a road. And there's 4 stages in the road and 5 in the park. So the decision is going to be to go with a simpler one. So we've got a lot of the details of what we need to do. So it's been a bit since I've been in here, and I kind of forgot some of that information. But once again, they're both paying 100,000. It looks like we've got basically 4 major sections, and it's not too far away, I don't think. So I know this is going to be a little bit disjointed. I was then trying to figure out if I change the job scope, does that change anything? So going from high to medium, no cost difference. Doesn't look like the work changes in any way. Just not sure what that might be doing. And now taking a look at the park with the extra stages. But looks like, you know, earthworks and greening and compaction, all kinds of things like that. But I think these jobs are all going to stay. So I'm going to go ahead with the road, and we're going to accept that. So it looks like the first thing we need to do is construction preparation and rent a construction machine. This asphalt paver over here, I believe, is what it's asking us for. So we'll head over here to the dealer, and there's an asphalt paver. We should be able to then rent that. So 5,980 credits. Operation confirmed. Alright, so do you remember the excavation the car fell into? The pit has since been backfilled, but to make the road fully passable again, it has to be properly asphalted. So now we can drive back to enter the asphalt paver. We've got the kind of GPS arrows or whatever you want to call them on the road. So I would suggest that first and foremost, I'm going to follow these over, and we'll get there and we'll get over into the paver. Here at the store, so pulling in, and there's the paver parked over there. Right, so we've hopped over. So some machines need to be transported, or we can fast travel, because they're not roadworthy, which makes sense. I'm trying to move, but I think I should do something else. So let's fast travel over. Alright, here we are. So now we need to park the construction machine. So just bring it over there. We're already 16% done, so there aren't a ton of steps, which was part of why I was hopeful for this job. Alright, and now we need to rent an asphalt dumper. Without asphalt, of course, we won't get far. For asphalt transport, you need an asphalt dumper. Your flatbed crane won't suffice, so let's go to the vehicle dealer again. So here we are. Just need to go through the list and find this asphalt dumper. There's a paver, concrete pumper, a mixer. Not seeing anything offhand here. There we go. So, are there any others? Nope, not seeing anything. I think we can scroll through again. There we are. Go ahead and pick this, and then go ahead and rent it. 2,300 credits. We need to enter the asphalt dumper, so we can use the map to fast travel. But again, to avoid some of the charges, we now have to drive to the gravel plant. We are able to see there in the little blue circle at the bottom, we've got a little over 1,400 meters to go. So that's probably going to take a little bit of time. So we're going to turn right here, get onto the highway, it looks like. Should be able to move along. So slowing down up there. This is definitely a challenging game to get around within, that's for sure. It's really, we're going less than a mile in that distance, if I'm doing my conversions correctly. But good news is we're moving along at pretty high speed. We're under 1,000 meters at this point. We'll just head over to the left. Be careful as traffic merges. Got a roundabout here. And it's quite odd as roundabouts go, because roundabouts are usually supposed to be pretty helpful to traffic flow. First off, this is one of the busiest roundabouts I've ever seen, if you look at all the cars coming from the left. But on top of that, it's definitely not helping with the traffic. Just look at all the waiting we had to do, and he almost didn't go there as well. But they're lined up to turn. Now it suddenly stops. So we'll get around here. Hopefully then that will, whoop, wrong side of the road. Did not turn as well as I was expecting. So that's going to make for fun. But getting about a third of the way there. It's definitely a little bit more involved and time-consuming than I was thinking. But I'm also thinking there isn't that much to do, so we may have a relatively short episode. Exiting the highway and coming up here over a couple hundred meters, and we'll be here at the gravel pit. interesting traffic pattern there with them just circling around and leaving. That's all right. Alright, so we are here at the gravel pit. Now we need to position the construction machine. So at the asphalt silo, you can have the asphalt dispense. This works in the same way as you already know it from the bulk material silos. Open the context menu, press and open the lid, and then we're going to hold the context menu, dispense to output the asphalt. Don't forget to close the lid before you start driving. Get over there, and we will open up. Alright, and at this point, I need to extract some in. Oh, I have to hold the G key. There we go. So you can see the percent of asphalt and fill the construction machine going up relatively quickly, but hopefully we can fit it in here. There we go. That should be more than enough asphalt to fill the asphalt paver and close the hole in the road. So let's get our lid closed back up. I am going to make the journey back, and I will see you there at the construction site. So I do wish I knew what happened and why the voice did not record. To my knowledge, I had the microphone on. In the process here, I have checked the next episode I had recorded after this later in the day, and that worked fine, I believe. So it was just really strange, because I know this is going to make for a really odd episode in how it's put together, what things sound like, because it's just not going to be that natural flow that I tend to have. So if you're new to the channel, I do apologize if this is your first exposure. This is not quite normally how the videos I do are done. I'm usually talking as I'm working, and that was what I was doing here, but it didn't get captured, so you're going to get a much more stilted and awkward discussion here. So yeah, kind of looking at the truck and how it's kind of a cross between a cement mixer and a dump truck, but obviously just the size you need and also flat on top. So now we're getting down to a few hundred meters. We'll have to get up and over to the construction site and figure out, once we transport the asphalt, maybe that'll get us to 50%. And we're going to figure out how we get it into the asphalt paver and get things paved, and then I assume we're going to have to use a steamroller or something to compact it down. Alright, so reverse the receiving hopper of the asphalt paver and use the paddles to unload the dump truck. Alright, so I should be able, I guess, on my steering wheel, go ahead and do something. I finally got myself aligned. Just get ourselves back here to the asphalt paver. Not sure exactly how it's going to dump out, but that should be pretty good right there. Being a little bit closer, and let's play with the paddles. There we go. And now we've got asphalt dumping in, so you can see the percentage fill the construction machine. So the percentage overall is going up a bit as well. 48% for road now. So we'll see, we'll probably be at 50% at least once we fill this. Alright, now move the dumper to the side to make some space, and then you're ready to go. So close that up, obviously. So we get 15,000 credits and 150 experience as well for what we've done so far. But now we need to enter the asphalt paver. Hit that sign. Alright, we'll head over, run over to the equipment there. Entrance is in the back. There we go. And now we need to apply the asphalt. Well, this is something I've certainly never done. It's a little bit interesting and fun that we get to sim some unique things like this. So I need to align this in some way. Right now I'm kind of centered on the road, so I should get over to the side. But obviously then I'll already be in the part I need to pave, so I went ahead and backed up here to try to get a different angle. So looks like we're in good shape. With that lining up, I need to change to extend the paving screen. Ah, okay. Well, now that means I'm not lined up anymore, because now we've suddenly gotten wider. It's like the working width has increased, which is great, because then we shouldn't have to go over it as many times. Where it was at least 2, maybe 3 if I did the other way, but this looks like I can get a much wider area. Just need to figure out what I need to do. Alright, asphalting on and off. I think I've got it on. Going, but nothing is happening. So we are not applying. Something is off. I'm thinking if I position this properly, I might be able to basically cover the entire lane and just get it paved. Definitely a bit tricky, but let's go ahead. Line ourselves up, but yeah, it looks like we can basically get across here. And then turning asphalting on, there we go. Now it drops down, assuming, and we've got 7%. So now we can go ahead and apply the asphalt. So there we go. Oh, cool. That's a very nice texture on that. Going up pretty quickly, but we're almost at the end. Still got quite a ways to go, but we made it. Alright, now the fresh asphalt just needs to be compacted. Just get an asphalt compactor from the vehicle dealer while the asphalt is still hot. Get this out of the way. We'll head over to the vehicle dealer, and now we're looking for a asphalt compactor. There we go. Can rent that for 1,580 credits a day. Now we've got to hop back over to the store, because the vehicle will be delivered there. Alright, so we will now head back over here with fast travel and get over to the asphalt and pave. I know with the steamroller normally you're like turning water on. Alright, so it's just compacting on or off. So let's get over here to the pavement. Obviously this is not going to be as wide as the paver. Alright, so compacting, oh, disabled, so it turned it on before, but yes, again, no percentage. Let's see. Still not doing anything. Let's try compacting again. Oh, it fell down a little bit, and now we are. I just need to fix that other part now that I didn't go over, so go backwards and pretty much get most of that taken care of. So 30% with that stripe, so shouldn't be too bad. But obviously want to be as accurate as possible. Did I miss it to the right? No, looks okay. 61%. Go ahead and get the part back here that I missed, so we're up to 68. Alright, let's see what things look like as we get going here. And why the compacting just got disabled, I could not tell you, but obviously it did. Maybe I backed up too far. So we'll turn it back on. There we go. We press everything down. And go back, clean up that part. Alright, we're at 87%. And we'll come around. 1% more to go. And easy as that, we're here. For your first asphalting attempt, not bad at all. Drive the construction machines off the construction site and then come to me. I think that upgrading the goals, I'm not too worried about those goals, so we're going to ignore that. If you no longer need rented construction machine, return it to the vehicle dealer via your vehicle fleet. So I'm trying to remember how to do that. Alright, I'm still in the vehicle. But now I think I figured out what I need to do. I need to press the right button. So that returns it. Need to get out here. Return that compactor. And then I think we're okay. So we have to clear the construction site. But obviously we've got this at the site. So, and then at some point here I realize, wait a minute, this isn't mine. I need to return it as well. But we've cleared the site, and we'll go ahead and speak with Hape. So, road job completed. Pretty nicely done. Doesn't even look like we did anything there. So good job. The asphalt compactor would be a good addition to your fleet. If you decide to buy a construction machine, you can purchase it from the vehicle dealer. Hey guys. Oh, they're ignoring the construction worker walking around at night. Can't blame them. It's nearly midnight, or 3, oh, it's 3 a.m. So, I'm not sure. It doesn't make sense to head anywhere. But at this point, I think, I am going to wrap this up. If you have enjoyed what you've seen, and you haven't dropped a like, let me ask you to consider doing that as I return the asphalt dumper and get that done. And if you are not a subscriber, please go ahead and do that, as those things both help the channel. So that would be great. But I'm going to wrap this up for this episode. It's probably going to be kind of short, but that's okay. It probably doesn't make sense to start another job, which is not what I did. So I'm going to head on out.